Hi, welcome to my channel. You can turn any situation around. I'm going to talk about how you can do that. Frustrations you may have over circumstances. I'm going to talk about that and ways to deal with it. So not only talk about what is happening here, but talk about solutions. It's all about solutions, isn't it? Okay, first of all, let's talk about circumstances, and hopefully this will make you feel a little bit better about them. I've made a couple of short videos actually recently about letting go of the past and circumstances and what they are and why they hold us back. So a circumstance is not a thing, it's not a tangible thing, is it? It's in your head, in your conscious awareness, something that happened that you go back to and you rationalize why you don't have what you have now, and you think it's because of this, this and this. You know they don't matter because you get that. You will have experienced manifestation knowing that you had assumptions about things that haven't held you back because they've not been in your conscious awareness, but still you cannot let them go. So how do you do that? First of all, what you're doing when you bring circumstances in, you are linking your past. So your past could even be as far away as yesterday, or a few years ago. You're linking that to your present moment, and then it gets linked to your future, because everything is the present moment, really, isn't it? You only have now, this moment now. This moment has passed. Now we're on to the next moment. It's moment to moment stuff. When you link your past to your present moment, you are saying it matters. You are saying it's relevant. You are saying that anything that happened before is going to hold you back from what you want now. And actually, it just doesn't. It really doesn't. If circumstances mattered, the stuff that's happened to me over the last few years wouldn't have happened. Would have been impossible, because circumstances would have dictated that it couldn't happen. But they happened anyway, and some crazy stuff. So first of all, you need to break that link. You need to go, am I linking it? Yeah, I am. Of course I am. If I'm making it relevant, if I'm thinking about it and dwelling in what has happened, dwelling in what has been said, even if something was said to you yesterday, it's in the past, it's gone. And do you know what? When people say things to us in life, they pretty much forget about them as soon as they've said them. They're gone. They're only not all of the time, obviously, but a lot of the time, things that people say sit with you, but not with them. And I was talking to a friend of mine the other day about another friend who had taken something that I had said to him years ago, really personally, and I have no idea what it was. I still don't know what it is because I've never asked him since. First of all, he wouldn't tell me, and now I don't want to know, because I think if I hear what it was and I think, oh my God, what the hell was I thinking of saying that? Because I don't know. I was probably drunk at the time. Now, whatever it was, wouldn't have meant a thing to me. Or maybe it did, but I'd forgotten about it the next day because I cannot recall what it was. But it had stayed with him, literally for years. It really hurt him, so God knows what it was. I probably made some flippant comment that he took one way, and I doubt I would have meant it that way. I would never, ever say anything hurtful to anyone. I just wouldn't. Even if I felt something, I wouldn't say it, because I just wouldn't want that person to feel shit, And I certainly wouldn't have wanted this person to feel like that, because I really care about him. I really like him. I'm really fond of him, and I always have been. So whatever it was I said, but it stayed with him. So for him, I became this person that he didn't recognise, that he thought I was a certain type of person because of this thing that I said, which I don't know what it was. And, so all of the years, he had never let that go until I bumped into him again many years later when I was in my 30s, and it basically all came out. It didn't come out because he didn't tell me what it was I'd said. And I'm glad. I would have overthought it. But I thought, oh my God, he is literally... I know I'm not saying it was taking over his life or anything, but it was a niggle that he had about me, so then he decided I was this type of person based on something I said that I obviously didn't mean in whatever way he took. So what I'm trying to say is, people say things, and to them it's forgotten about maybe in 2 or 3 days, or even as soon as they've said it, and to you it can linger and stay with you and become part of the makeup of you. So part of your self-concept is based around what somebody said to you. So you may not feel good enough because somebody said something to you. Maybe I said something that made him feel like that. I don't know. I really hope not, but who knows? I used to come out with some stuff when I was drunk. It could have been anything. And then it goes into your subconscious. So you take it personally. Your mind takes it personally, gives instruction to your subconscious that this means you are not good enough. That sinks in there, and that becomes part of your makeup, part of what you would call your self-concept. You don't feel good enough because of something somebody else said to you, and that is on them. It is not on you. You cannot take responsibility for that. okay, I fully believe that I am my 3D reality, but I'm not going to start looking at what people have done to me in the past and said to me and going, oh, that's my fault, how did I do that? I just don't do that. It's not productive. If something's not productive, don't do it. So the first thing is stop linking it to your future. Accept that it happened. Okay, we're not trying to hide from it. We're not suppressing. Suppressing is not a good thing to do when manifesting, or not in life anyway. It'll make you ill, suppressing things. So don't suppress it. Deal with it. Bring it up. Think about it and feel it. Really feel it until the feeling of it is reduced slightly, so it doesn't feel as powerful. If somebody's hurt you or something's happened in your life that's really impacting you still now, I'm not talking about really serious stuff here. I'm talking about life stuff, normal life stuff, things people say, things people do, situations that happen that bring you down. So really feel it until it starts to dissipate enough so that it doesn't feel as strong as it did. And then see it, whether you see it in pictures or whether you just feel it and feel it dissolve away. What you're doing then is you are telling your subconscious mind, this is not relevant, this is dissolved, this is deleted, it's gone. The thing is, there are some things in life that I have dwelled on, but mostly I can let things go. If someone hurts me or whatever, I'm not going to keep going on about that within. I'm not going to keep thinking about it. I've come to the conclusion now that it's good to deal with it. It's good to let the anger and the hurt out, but then you have to move on at that point. You cannot keep holding on to stuff, because the more stuff you hold on to within, the more signs of that you are going to see in your 3D reality. So that's not serving you. That's not helping you to move forward in life. That's going to hold you back. So everything has to be, what is good for me? What is good for me? What is going to help me in life? Is this going to help me? No, it's not. If I decide that this past event is going to impact my future, then it is going to impact my future, because I have said it is. I've told my subconscious mind that this is what must happen, so then this is what must happen. So think about that thing that you want now, whatever it is, bring it to mind. Think about what you are attaching to it. What parts of your past are you attaching to this thing that you want? When you do that, you will know that that is not going to serve you. So you have to tell yourself, this is not going to serve me. What harm is it going to do to let that go? What harm is it going to do to put that in the past? And one thing that I used to do, haven't done this for years, is I used to imagine this cloud above my head, and anything that wasn't serving me, I would put in the cloud. So that might seem really weird, and there might be a better way for you to do that. But for me, that really works, and it made me feel much lighter. It felt like I was taking that stuff out of me. I knew it was there, so it was in the cloud, but it wasn't affecting me because it wasn't within me. So have a go at that and see if that helps, or something like that. You're putting it away somewhere. You know it exists. You're not trying to say it doesn't exist, or, I should do a video on revision, shouldn't I, really? Another one of that, because I have wiped things out for sure from my past. But you're dealing with it, and then you're going from this point forward. It's about what serves me, and I want this, and this will not serve me. And another thing you can do, which I will do when I notice myself going off track, is I will go, I have gone into the version of me that's kind of hung up on this or hung up on that, and I will, in the moment, and you can get instant relief from that, going, no, I am identifying as this strong, determined person. And in the moment you feel that determination, no. And your determination is to not let circumstances keep getting to you, not let them keep bothering you. And every time you feel yourself going to the past, that's all it is. It literally is the past. That's all you're going to. And you're calling it a circumstance, you're calling it your circumstance, but it isn't. It's a past event. And do you know what you could do? And I use this a lot still till this day. I've passed this on to so many people, and so many people find it useful. Just say not true. So it's not like you're saying it didn't happen, but when you say it's not true, you're sending a signal to your subconscious that that particular thing that you're thinking about isn't true, isn't relevant. Whether it takes it as it doesn't exist anymore, who knows? It doesn't matter. Just you're doing something, you're dealing with it. It isn't true. It isn't. Nothing is fact, is it? Like, your memory of something will be completely different than if there was another person involved. They will have a different memory of it. And then the more you remember it, it changes. Every time you remember something, it's not the same as it was the last time you remembered it. And then it's like Chinese whispers. So if you keep going back to something over a year, that actual thing that you think you remember, if you could then be taken back to the actual event, it wouldn't be the same. That sounds crazy, doesn't it? But that's scientific fact. It's actually a fact of what happens with us with memory. It isn't real. So what you actually remember isn't what actually happened. So even though it really feels like it is, and you think, well, it is, that is what happened, I can tell you it isn't, because every time you remember it, it changes slightly. Right. I hope I haven't turned this into a massive waffle. Sometimes I'm on a roll and I want to film a few videos today, and sometimes I just get, sometimes I just kind of get lost in my own words, and then I think, what did I say? Did I actually make any valid points there? So I hope I did. Stop linking your past to your present moment. Just break the link. That's all you need to do. And it is all you need to do. You might think, well, that's really hard. But you just decide it isn't hard. From today, you decide, no, I am not going to link that past. I know it's there, but it doesn't have to impact me now. Why? Why let it impact me now? Why sabotage myself and hold myself back for something that happened in the past that whoever else was involved probably doesn't even remember it the same way? Why am I torturing myself with dwelling in it and going back to it? So every time you go back to it, you bring yourself out again. Give yourself a switch word if you like, or the not true, that's a switch phrase, really. Give yourself something that every time you go back to it, you bring yourself back, forward, back, forward. With me, I just kept doing that, and eventually I thought, oh, I'm just not really going there anymore. I just think differently now. I've trained myself. You can train yourself to think differently. And when you start thinking differently, your whole life ends up being different because of that new thought, which I know seems a bit crazy, but it is true. You can change your life by first changing your thoughts. And changing your thoughts comes with dwelling in circumstances, dwelling in something that's happened in the past. It's just a thought pattern that you've got into. It's habitual. You've got into that and you need to get yourself out of it. So you can train yourself. As my friend told me the other day, I think she said it takes 21 days to break a habit, so any kind of habit, and that comes with thoughts as well, and you can definitely crack those thoughts, but you have to be persistent. Be persistent and know that you are it. It all stops with you. The buck stops with you, really. Nobody else is going to solve this for you. It has to come from you. Right, thanks so much for watching. I am an author. I'm a mindset coach predominantly, although I do some manifesting coaching too. I would say I'm really a mindset coach now. I'm going to change my website slightly to kind of reflect that a bit more, but I'm happy to give you manifesting coaching as well.